Hello, creative makers, it's Terry from TPArt, and it's finally time to make the binding of this large steampunk journal. I have made some preparations so that this would take the least possible amount of time, but it's going to be quite a long video, I'm afraid. But if you find my commentary too slow and this video too slow, please use the gear button and select a faster speed so that it will be more convenient for you to follow this tutorial. Okay, now we have these covers, and I hope you have saved your spine that we made at an earlier stage. Here I have this tea and coffee dyed cotton fabric, and there is this thick cardboard spine, which we are going to use like that. And as I have already earlier mentioned, I reduced the number of the signatures to 3, and instead I created these file folders to the inside covers. They are like an extra thing for this journal. And then we have these 3 signatures that we're going to bind into this spine. And I have the 4th that I'm making a smaller booklet of it. So if you have 4, you can make the 4th like a booklet using these covers as the covers, like that. But first, let me put these aside and let's work with these covers. As you know, I'm still here with my relatives and I have a limited amount of tools, so I couldn't bring all my tools from home. So I have gathered, I have picked some bilberries, so please forgive my nails, it's just berry juice. I'm going to punch the holes with the help of this block of wood. Can you see it? Yes. And this hammer may be useful. I couldn't find an awl, but I found this spike. So I had tried, it works. As you can see, there are some holes here. I will put the signature here and the spike here, and if needed, I'm going to use the hammer to punch the hole through the papers, and then some other pliers, some heavy duty pliers if needed, and strong PVA glue, masking tape. Just a second, I have the piece of cotton somewhere here. We're going to strengthen the spine because this is antique. It might need some extra strengthening. So I have this beautiful piece of cotton fabric which has these horoscope sign images that I'm going to use as a reinforcement. Also, the masking tape is for that purpose. And I have tore the end so that they are these edges are not too sharp. They have these little threads showing, and I'm going to ink them and leave them so that they will show a little bit from the edge. And if I forgot something, I will go on and explain it later. Later on, I will use this black cotton twine for the binding, and I have a finishing needle that I'm going to use because it's rounded and it has a very large eye here, so that it's easy to use this quite strong twine thread. I also have this sharper needle, if needed, to poke the holes. But let's see what we can do with these. Yes, I was going to show you to please remember this this pine, the cardboard will be showing a little bit from outside. So please remember to use some dark ink and ink the parts that might be showing, so that there's not any white showing when it's finished. Okay, let's start strengthening the spine. This is antique leather, so I need to be careful, and also the person that this is going to will need to be a little bit careful. It's not as strong as a new book, so it might be almost or about 100 years old. I'm not quite sure, maybe a little bit less, but really old anyways. So please be careful. It's more like a tabletop, how should I say, coffee table book for watching. Yes, you know what I mean. But you can also write on it, but just be a little bit careful. That's what I wanted to say. I will first add some of this regular masking tape here and here to strengthen these sides and also to make them more smooth so that they won't tear the paper apart. I'll add this to both sides. There. I added 2 rows of tape to both sides. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Then I'm going to ink all the edges here and here and here. Also the parts of the tape that might be showing. Some dark brown is good, at least for my covers. And if this is not too dark enough, I'm going to use the black. Black might be, let's try the black. It's permanent, it might be stronger and better for this. Yes, let's use the black ink. All the sides. There. And now I'm going to glue this strengthening cloth on, and it might be easier to ink the edges now before we attach it. So both sides, front and back. There. Now there's this one hole from attaching this gear here, so I will cover it with the masking tape. That way it will be a bit smoother. Like that. And now let's add the strong PVA glue, or whatever glue you're using, something strong anyway. I will first add glue to one side, thus with the spine and the right side here, and if needed I can add more when I see the measurements of the piece of fabric, quite a lot, so that it will really hold everything. Let's see now, the center, and I'm going to smooth it so that it will go on to each curve, and it's like an extra layer for protection. Like that. Now I can add the rest on top of this fabric. Like that. And let it dry very well before you continue. And then the same to the left side. There. And now let it dry. And while it's drying, let's poke the holes to the signatures and the papers. Okay. I have removed all the tags that I had already tried on because it's easier to work with the papers without too many cards and tags all over. This one. Now we're going to make a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and we're going to start with the smaller pages. And I have here clothespins to help me. So we're going to make the first holes about 1 centimeter from the top and 1 centimeter from the bottom, and then make the center hole. And when I have done that, I will take the pencil and mark the right spots onto this larger page and poke the holes into it, and then the same 3 times. Let's see if it works the way I think it could work. I'm making some more room here, and you can use your owl to make it easier. But now we're going to use that spike. First attach the pages so that they will stay where they are supposed to stay. For example, like this. And you can use your ruler if you feel the need. But I'm going to eyeball it now. We need something to, because I didn't bring my ruler. What to do? Let me see if I can find some kind of ruler somewhere. I'll be right back. Look what I found. Such a small, cute, cute ruler. Luckily I found it. Okay, let's see now. This is about 8.5 centimeters. Just find the center. So it's 4 and 2.5. 4.25. No, not. What's? Let me see. 10. It's 18.5. So it's 9.25 centimeters. But see how strange, a strange way of marking this ruler. It's 1 to 10, and then it's again 1 to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. I've never seen such a ruler. That's why I was confused at first. But I can use it. There. There's the center. And double check. Always double check. $9.25 and 9.25. Yes. Now the holes. I will try first just using the spike and some roll force. Yes, it went through easily. There's the mark, and there's the mark, and double checking from the other side. It needs some more pressure. use the sharper needle to make sure that they are through. Yes, that's good. Then I will do the same to the others and continue from that. Just make sure that you have the right pages in the right in the right places, so that they are centered if you want them to be centered, and so that each page is the right side and not upside down. Always double check. And use paper clips or clothespins if needed. Now we're going to mark the holes to the spine. This is the center, and I draw a line about in the center. I'm going to mark roughly first and then double check. This is the last. I'm going to put it in the center of these two places. Like that. And the first signature. Over there and over there, and now double checking that they are in the same row. Yes, they will be a little bit, they will differ a little bit because each of them are, how should I say it, personalities. Each of them are a bit different, so I'm going to use the position, each individual position, because they are, the spine is hidden, so nobody will see if they are not, because they can't be in the same exact spot because of different variables. Now we have the spots. Let's poke them or double check. Always double check, even though it seems not so fun to do, but yes, the center. I hope I remember right. Yes, this is the last one and this is the first one. The place for each signature. This must be, the first one is a bit more to there, and I will make a circle so that I can remember which one. was the right one. Now I have spent too much time to this, but now I'm going to poke holes through each of these 9 points, and then I'll be right back. There they are. And if you don't have a piece of wood, you can always use, for example, an old phone book. Now, this side is the side that we are going to sew the signatures in, like that.